Welcome to English classes. This video is about the explanation of the third and fourth stanza of the poem If, written by Rudyard Kipling. In the previous video, I had explained the first and the second stanza. If you have any doubt in the first and second stanza, you can go through the previous video. In this video, we will be seeing the explanation of the rest part of the poem. So, let's look after the explanation of the third and the fourth stanza in this video. The third stanza begins with the following lines. If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginnings, and never breathe a word about your loss. Through these lines, the poet wants to tell that we should be able to accumulate all we have and take a risk in one turn of the game of pitch and toss. We may lose the game and all our possessions, but we have to stay calm without uttering a word about that loss and rebuild it from the beginning. Here, the poet talks about the capability of taking big risks to achieve much greater success and keeping quiet even if we lose the bet. This is yet another aspect of our mental toughness that we need to possess even after our loss or even after we break through at any situations. Now let's look after the next 4 lines of the third stanza along with its explanation. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. Here in the 4 lines which is mentioned here, the poet continues the same theme of mental strength and the power of will. He wants to tell that we have to force our body, that is, heart and the nerve and sinew, to serve us even after it has lost the strength due to old age or illness or any other factor. Thus, we should keep on working, driven by the power of will, which would ask them, that is, our heart, nerve, and sinew, to hold on, compelling them to do their job. So, even after our body does not want to work, we should gather up all our strength and willpower and try to do any work. If we want to do something great from our heart, the will inside us would prevent the body from getting tired. Even if we are not physically fit, but a strong willpower can inspire us, can give us the strength to do any great work. Indeed, there is a proverb that when going gets tough, the tough gets going, which is suitable for these lines. Now this was the explanation of the third stanza. Now let's see to the explanation of the fourth stanza in our video further. The first 2 lines of the fourth stanza are, if you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings, nor lose the common touch. In these lines, the poet wants to tell that we should stay in touch with people from every class of the society. We should be able to talk with common mass without losing our virtue or morality. Again, we should be able to work with kings without going beyond the reach of the common people. The common touch would help us realize the reality and the feel the society needs. On the other hand, the noble touch would give us the power and opportunity to reach higher goals. So, if we are in the touch of very high class people or with people with lot of contacts, we should not forget our ground morality or the common people. And if we are in touch with common people, we should also have the quality to maintain the relation with the people of high class society or the kings. Now let's look after the explanation of the next two lines of the fourth stanza. If neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but none too much. Through these lines, the poet wants to convey the idea that we should build ourselves strong enough mentally and physically so that neither enemies nor loving friends can hurt us. We should not be affected with our enemies or our friends or the emotions they show towards us. Moreover, we should develop healthy relationship with everyone around us. We should not allow anyone to harm us, whether physically or emotionally. We have to develop our personality the right way so that everyone supports us and gives us importance. That is, through here it is mentioned as count with you, which means gives us the importance. But not too much. If we allow someone to give us too much importance, we may be emotionally bound with that person. So, we should not try to get emotionally bound with anyone. That may restrict our freedom and prevent us from doing our duty. Or we may get complacent, thinking that we are so much liked by people, thus reducing our effort, or we may try to take the advantage of that likeness by others. The next two lines of the fourth stanza are as follows. If you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run. In these lines, the poet wants to tell that time is precious and we all know it. A minute is filled with 60 seconds, isn't it? And time, that is minute over here, is called unforgiving. Why it is called unforgiving? Because we all know that it waits for none and doesn't forgive him who wastes it. So we should try to utilize every second of time as it never comes back. We should utilize every minute of our life in productive work. Wasting time is not something we can afford in a short lifespan, as each and every fraction of second is important. Now let's see the last two lines of the last stanza of this poem. So, in these lines, that is, yours is the earth and everything that's in it. And which is more, you'll be a man, my son. So, finally comes the achievement that we can get if we fulfill all the conditions mentioned so far in this poem. We can even win this earth and everything in it. We can go to the top of the world and rule over everything. And what is more, we would be a complete and perfect human being. We should not forget that Kipling wrote this poem for his son, as it is addressed in the very last line, that is, and which is more, you will be a man, my son. The poet wanted to show his son the right way to be a future leader. But it has inspired many a man in the journey of life on earth so far. So we find this poem very inspirational for every individual. So we should try to adopt all the conditions which has been mentioned in this poem as far as possible to be a successful human being in all means. So this was the explanation of the poem in this video. So I hope the explanation of this poem was clear to you all. If you have still any doubt, you can watch the video again and keep revising your lessons with the help of the videos provided to you all. Thank you so much for watching the video.